Well, hello again.
It's been a while.
It certainly has been a while. Been a few too many weeks, really. Good few weeks since we've come back from our European trip. And I even managed to sneak a weekend in going and watching some scooter racing.
Yeah, you did.
Got wet, but there we are. Oh, that's life. That's life.
Left me working.
Working? Oh, garden.
In the gardens.
Bloody hard work. That's why I left you for the day. Actually, it was raining. You couldn't have done that much. Thought we'd just do the summary of our trip, being as our next trip is creeping up on us, and it is exciting, and wanted to have a look at the figures to work out possibly where we went wrong or not, or where we spent where we needn't have done.
To be fair, you've got to admit, it was our first trip.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think we did go a little bit mad.
Yeah.
Purely because we wanted to fit a lot in, didn't we?
And what's amazing is we were away for 8 weeks, and I think at the start, I don't know about you, but my thought was, 8 weeks, what are we going to do for 8 weeks?
It
but
flew, didn't
absolutely flew by. Well, pick up where we left from Novi Sad anyway, because that was our last trip video. We flew across Europe almost literally. Well, Julie did some driving, so we were literally almost flying. But the weather had got so hot. Our original plan when we looked at the map was... oh dear.
Sorry.
Our original plan when we looked at the map was to maybe go through Budapest and Vienna and maybe Prague and through Germany and Belgium and have a 10 days or so mooching through Europe. But by then,
so hot.
It was 30 plus degrees every day.
And quite humid as well, wasn't
mega
it?
humid,
Yeah.
it really was, and really hot and sticky. So we reached the decision that the best place we could be was in a moving van with the air conditioning on. And as such, we did about 2,000 kilometres in 2.5 days and got ourselves right across the middle of Europe and onto the French coast.
Didn't feel like that at the time.
No, we didn't really. We just kept moving.
Yeah.
And which, no real hardship.
No.
Mainly motorways, which was a little bit boring at times, but stopped at Scooter Centre on the way, picked up some more parts, wheels and bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And headed to the French coast and had our last 5 nights in a campsite right near Boulogne, which was lovely, just to get a bit of beach time. What a beach too.
Yeah.
And since been on the news with small boats leaving from the beach, but
we actually saw one, didn't we?
We did. We saw
And the police.
Probably a minor incident, but just goes to show it is real what you see on the news sometimes.
Yeah.
And so had a last 5 days on the French coast, not too far from the ferry port, just relaxed, swimming pool and beach and maybe a beer or two. But we'll get on and just have a brief analysis of our expenditure over the 8 weeks we were away and break down some of the more significant costs. Some of them reflect obviously the fact that we were actually attending 3 long weekend scooter events while we were there.
Yes.
And also because of that, we covered 11 countries, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did some quite serious mileage in the trip while we were away.
And we didn't skimp, did we? We wanted to enjoy those events, and we went out for
Absolutely.
meals with friends, and which obviously does put up the cost a little bit. But we expected to do that. It wasn't a surprise, but when you're looking at the figures, you might think, "Blimey, that's a lot of money," but it isn't really, because we had quite a few nice meals out with friends and stuff, didn't we? So
You've got to put it in the context.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But unsurprisingly, we did 5,277 miles. So our biggest expenditure was fuel, which was
£1,238.22.
Okay.
Say it quick. It doesn't say
Which I was quite pleased with the van. That doesn't include tolls, but that's purely fuel and AdBlue. And possibly putting that figure up a little was that also included the petrol we put in the scooters.
Yes.
And then we've analysed that back out as van mileage, but it swings and roundabouts really. But put that all down to van mileage is coming out at about 21 pence a mile, which I didn't think for a
No,
3.5 ton van, pretty decent size van. And we were moving on the motorways. I mean, we weren't doing 100 mile, well, maybe once or twice.
No,
when Julie was on
not
the
doing 100
autobahn.
mile an hour.
But we drive fairly steadily, but we were getting a move on and driving across some pretty big distances and mountains, hills and mountains coming out of Spain. People don't realise
Getting
just
stuck
how.
in certain little villages.
Yeah, that's true.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, trying to get in reverse. Oh dear me. But yeah, the even the motorways in Spain, because people don't tend to, unless you drive across the middle of Spain, or the full length of the costas, don't really realise just how hilly and mountainous Spain is. But and that does, and Italy. We went through the Alps, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then up through the Alps again from Jesolo to Austria.
Yeah.
So it has done some mountain mileage in that too. Next largest expense, I suppose, is no great surprise, is our day-to-day supermarket shopping. And that came out at
£1,064.60.
There you go. For 8 weeks, I don't think that's too bad. No. That's just a little over £100 a week, I suppose, isn't it? £110 a week, something like that. We'd spend that here, I guess.
Well, we do, don't we?
We do, yes. But that's not too bad. The one thing that did catch me out when I did the figures was just how much we'd spent on meals and drinks out. So on top of the shopping bill, your drinks bill was
just over £1,000.
Yeah, £1,012. We spent in meals, drinks, as much as we could tot it up. From cash that we spent when we were at the events and stuff as well. So more than we would probably, hopefully, normally expect. But even that, I suppose, realistically, is only...
We did have some big meals out, though, with friends, didn't we?
Oh, absolutely.
There was groups of us as well.
Particularly when we were in Austria. I mean, a meal out. I mean, we had a couple of nights in a row, didn't we, where, our portion of the food and drinks bill for the restaurant we were in, and I'd go back there in a flash and spend it again.
Oh,
it was sort of £80 a couple, wasn't it? So it doesn't take long to run up £1,000 food and drinks bill.
But it was worth it. We had some great nights out,
right.
didn't we? And like you say, it was mainly at the events that we went to where we spent the money, really.
Sure.
I mean, we did have a few nice meals out ourselves, didn't we? But
we did.
We wanted it to be our first trip and have great memories.
And we had some
from
pretty
it,
reasonable meals out too, didn't we? In various places.
Yeah.
Next one on the agenda is
campsites.
Now, the campsites include the pre-booked campsite for Vespa World Days, which in hindsight was bloody expensive. I mean, I think that was €171 for 4 nights. It might have been 5. But even so, that was quite an expensive campsite. And then the second most expensive campsite for the night was the one at Lake Bled, wasn't it?
Yes.
But then you're paying for the location, I guess.
Yeah.
Slovenia wasn't an expensive country, but
it was
a
Lake Bled.
beautiful campsite too.
Wasn't it?
But our campsite bill came to
£667.81.
Now, I divided that by 49 nights because we were away for 56 nights, but 7 nights we were actually...
a lot when you say
it does. 7 nights we were actually in alternative accommodation, so I took that out of the equation, and that hasn't gone on to our total bill as well because that was prepaid and pre-planned. But came out at just over £13 a night, which, considering the number of nights that we spent, I don't like the term wild camping. We're not, hiking up a mountain and pitching a tent at 3,000 metres, are we? But where we camped, I suppose, off-site or off-grid, there were quite a few nights we did. So for our average campsite to be nearly £14 a night, I thought was I thought it was a little bit on the high side.
No,
we did use the Axie card. We did use a couple of other apps, didn't we? The camping car
You look how much you pay a night for camping in the UK, though.
Oh, by all means. Well, you couldn't.
It's cheap compared.
You couldn't go
No,
out
you
and away in
couldn't.
the UK and
You
pay
couldn't.
for 50 odd nights camping, could you? Or 40 nights camping?
I think it was reasonable.
Yeah, the sites one there, we paid €15 a night, €20 a night, and they were pretty decent, weren't they? And then it was just the more sort of, I suppose, touristy locations where we probably paid a little bit more. But Yesolo didn't cost a lot. That was only €14 a night or something, plus the showers. On top of that, we paid £280 in tolls, which was less than I
was going to
expected.
say that was a lot less than I was expecting, because it seemed like every 5 minutes we were paying for tolls.
You certainly...
I was like, not again.
Yeah, in a right-hand drive truck, and you've got a passenger. It's the passenger's job to pay the tolls.
It's a nightmare.
Absolutely, it's like, oh no, not another.
one.
So it actually felt like it was going to be much more than the £280 we spent. Miscellaneous. Now, miscellaneous must also take into account that it was our first trip.
Yeah, so we did buy a lot.
We buy some extra bits for the camper that weren't cheap.
No.
You know, pair of ramps and I can't quite remember what other bits we bought, but we did
just
buy
little niggly bits that we'd
some
forgotten or
baskets for the
we realised
cupboards,
we needed, or
floor mats,
Yeah.
little bits and pieces that you just tot up as you go along. And also where we use sort of boats and ferries to get into Venice comes into miscellaneous.
Yeah.
And boat hire when we're in Lake Bled.
Yes.
All those other
And we
bits
did
and
a few
pieces. So that
trips,
includes,
didn't
yeah, spending money, you'd call that.
Yeah, under the miscellaneous, didn't that include when we went to that museum and stuff as well? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's obviously
that's
all
right.
the leisure type stuff that we did.
Yeah, and in some respects, that was less than I thought it would be at £427.
Yeah.
So again, it just goes to show that I think next time we go, we're going to make a little bit of a target and not be proper skinflints.
No, but just be aware of
sensible, and hopefully we're going away September and the weather's still good. It's going to be more beachy, relaxing, a lot less mileage, a lot less travelling.
We haven't got scooter events, which obviously makes
no
a
events,
difference.
exactly right. We may not even take a scooter. We're still debating that, aren't we? And it might be just let's go away for a month.
Might take our bikes instead.
Let's
bikes.
Let's go away for a month and see just how much, not how little we can get away with, but just what the real cost day to day is of living in a van. Be a couple of campsites on there and hopefully quite a few nights off. But that'll unravel as we go, and that's another month away yet. But the total cost of our current trip was £4,690.73.
Which sounds a lot of money, but when you think it was for 8 weeks.
Oh, absolutely right.
You
Came down to roundabout.
You can pay that for an all-inclusive holiday, can't you?
Oh, for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
You certainly can.
Yeah.
Came out at just over £80 a day. So more than I would have expected it to be, but then when you take into account, the miles we did, the events we went to, and the fact that it was our first camper van trip, so we did spend a couple of £300 on bits for the van, if you like, that we probably wouldn't need to spend again.
And little things like, I know it sounds daft, but like toilet cleaner and all that sort of stuff, I suppose. Just did that come in the miscellaneous?
Yeah, but I suppose you'd always use that, wouldn't you? That's
but for us, all that's new, and you're learning, aren't you, as you go along?
Very much. So that's it in a nutshell, really. Probably a bit more than some van lifers spend, and like I said, next trip out will be realistically. We'll try and sort of do van life on a budget and see how it goes, and still make sure we have a damn good time. Because what I wouldn't do is I wouldn't swap any of those memories that we had.
Not at all.
In return to get some money back, would you? No, not at all. There was nothing realistically.
Got so many wonderful memories of that trip.
Yeah. I can't think of anything in hindsight
that we'd have changed.
No, not. I don't think so.
Great friends, great. Events.
Good times. Yeah.
Good times.
And found some lovely places in between.
Yeah.
We've got to go and do it all
and
again.
more to come.
Absolutely.
We've got Spain in September.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to do France and Spain.
France and Spain, keeping it simple for about 4 weeks. And
we've got to tell them about our trip as well.
Back for the winter. And then in January, late January, after the Vespa AGM, we booked flights and a bit of accommodation to go to Malaysia. So we're really excited about that. Somewhere I've quite fancy going to for some time. And that looks to be nice and cheap.
Yeah. Be another one off the bucket list.
Cost effective. Value for money.
You're tight, you are.
No, I just like value for money. But next up will be this coming weekend, British Vespa Days. And the weekend after that, Isle of Wight Scooter Rally. We're running the club stall for the Vespa Club. So whether we'll do enough at the Isle of Wight to warrant a video or not, I really don't know.
Yeah, we're busy, aren't we, on the stand?
Really don't know how that will pan out. But hopefully we'll
try and do something.
Yeah, as I have done for the last couple of years, a video for British Vespa Days. So all being well, we'll see you.
Celia.
So all being well, we'll see you soon. And don't forget, please subscribe if you haven't already. Our videos aren't normally this disjointed. Well, no, they probably are. And,
we have been busy,
absolutely.
Doing loads.
So, yeah, please subscribe, give us a like, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.
Cheerio. Bye.